In the chambers, Nomi Carmona, and after her, Robert T. Martin.
Aloha, Chair. Thank you for having this hearing. Maui County Council. My name is Nomi Carmona. I'm the president of Hawaii political nonprofit Babes Against Biotech. We have 13,000 members statewide. We focus on GMO and pesticide policy. And we have about 22,000 subscribers and chapters on all the islands except for Molokai and Lanai. And we support our local farmers very much so and direct our members to purchase from non-GMO local farmers because GMOs have actually been banned or highly regulated in 30 countries and most of the European Union due to environmental and health risks. So experimental pesticide permits, I want to clarify, have been issued for Hawaii. So they are experimenting with pesticides, and that's an option for Maui as well. It's the lack of transparency in this industry that's caused increasing concern for Hawaii residents. Right now, the biotechnology industry is dominated by chemical companies, which engineer the crops to either resist or contain the pesticides that they conveniently manufacture. There is no scientific consensus on the safety of GMO crops, and there is actually an open letter refuting the claims of the biotechnology industry by several very reputable and high-level scientists from across the world. So the precautionary principle alone, though, should be enough to mandate pesticide disclosure and open-air genetic experimentation disclosure and buffer zones for toxic synthetic chemicals, as well as implied impact research. So the disclosure of pesticides is acutely critical for our medical professionals for traceability. Kauai pediatricians had bonded together to urge the council to pass similar legislation due to the alarming rise in birth defects and the need to eliminate or identify the source of those birth defects. So I will provide for you a copy of a legal petition that we have with a number of medical professionals and nurses and doctors urging you to please pass this legislation. The American Academy of Pediatrics released an official statement in 2013 stating that pesticide exposure can cause preterm birth, neurobehavioral and cognitive defects, asthma, low birth weight, and congenital abnormalities. So those recommendations are to limit exposure and for those in the medical community to advocate for legislation like this to protect our citizens. Furthermore, the American College of Obstetrician and Gynecologists, ACOG, in October of 2013 stated that pesticide exposure could cause altered semen quality, prostate cancer, and sterility in males, and in women can cause early puberty, alterations in menstruation, fertility, menopause, and birth defects for their offspring. So I'll provide you a copy for that. The Hawaii State Teachers Association had to get a restraining order against the one of the chemical companies for spraying next to the school. So it actually is a problem. And the chemical industry has very high-level executives now in the EPA, FDA, and USDA. So Justice Clarence Thomas is a former Monsanto attorney. He did not recuse himself from a GMO alfalfa deregulation case, and now the majority of our livestock has access to GMO alfalfa or BT alfalfa in a lot of cases, which has the pesticide engineered into the actual food and has been found by Sherbert. May I have 1 more minute, please? Thank you. By Sherbert Gynecology Hospital in Canada to be contained in the blood of 93% of pregnant women and 80% of their umbilical blood. So this is not breakdown in the system as companies have suggested. Incidentally, all the industry research which is available in the United States is paid for by the industry since the patent restrictions that they have require permission for those companies. So all of the foreign research and independent research from other places completely conflicts with the research they're standing on. The FDA and the USDA are approving, the USDA is approving GMO crops for human consumption with 90-day studies performed by the companies which stand to benefit from their approvals. Consistent failure to regulate pesticides at the state level is evidenced in the blatant lack of knowledge by the Department of Agriculture not even knowing how many pesticides are being sprayed. And we have 7 of 72 pesticide misuse exposure cases that still have not been responded to from 2011 and 2012 for one person. That's for Kauai alone.
4 minutes.
So, statewide, thank you very much for having us, and please pass this legislation and protect your constituents. Aloha.
Thank you, Ms. Carmona. Any? Well, you speak fast. Good experience. Is there any questions for the lady on the testimony that she shared with you this afternoon, members?
Chair,
Yeah,
is that testimony in writing?
Let me ask the lady.
I actually work full-time in the legislature on these issues, so we're slammed. But I will submit to you later today my testimony in writing on behalf of Babes Against Biotech.
Okay, we would appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. I have over 700 studies I'd really like for you to read. Thank you.
We'll consider it. Any other questions, members, for Ms. Carmona? If not, Ms. Carmona, thank you for your presence.